defensive one as well. Coyotes, after the tip is controlled by the Dolphins, come away with a basketball and deny the Dolphins on their first possession. For the Coyotes, Brittany Polk-Reed, Gerard Living, Elijah Lewis, Gabe Stevens, and William Page on the floor. William Page getting his first start. Elijah Lewis, his first start of the year as well. Reed with a miss. Rebounded by Living. He's got the putback. Meanwhile, on the other side of the floor, Delgado putting Major Gorgon, Lawrence Hull, Oren Bowens, Clayton Blackledge, and Caden Joseph on the floor to begin with. Living's got it on the other end of the floor and gives to Page. Over goes to Gabe Stevens, another first-time starter tonight. Gabe Stevens on the floor. And the Coyotes jumping out to the early 5-zip lead as Gorgon brings it down the floor for the Dolphins. Coyotes would love to have a sweep in the doubleheader tonight. Get that overall mark to 4-4. It is flipped down low to Blackledge. Living with a loose ball. Over to Stevens. Reed to Page to Living. Loose ball, it'll go out of bounds. Living touching it last. And it'll be put in play by Joseph. Goes over to Gorgon. Couple of minutes into the ball game, and you got a field goal and a safety. 5-zip lead. Stevens with the steal. Takes it to the other end of the floor, the miss. Put back Lewis, not there. Loose ball retrieved by Hall. Over to Gorgon. Top side give goes to Joseph. Off the rim with a Hall 2 try. It's Page who's got it, going the other way. Fires over to Lewis. Page whipping it to Living. Lewis for 3. Off the rim. And that will go off of Bowens. So the Coyotes maintain possession. In play to Stevens, handed to Page. And Page will misfire, trying to get it to Lewis. So the Dolphins on nearly a 3-minute dry spell, but one bucket and you're a possession away from taking the lead. Gorgon picking up the dribble, looking for a little help. Able to find it in the form of Hall, and Hall will get the first 2 Dolphin points. Stevens to Page. Over to Lewis, back to Page, into the corner, Reed. Fires to Living with Blackledge defending. Feeds over to Stevens, spins. Reed from 3-point range stepped out of bounds first. And it'll be Dolphins basketball, with an opportunity to get the Dolphins to within 1 or tie it up. That is dropped in from long range by Joseph. We're knotted at 5. Screen set by Living. Page goes into the corner to Lewis. Stevens on the other side of the floor. 3-ball a miss. Lewis has got it. Short on the 2 try. Joseph with a rebound. Tipped away. Stevens had it. Joseph gets it back. Over to Hall. Taking it down low, and there is the first Delgado lead. Back it goes to Page, given to Stevens. Into the paint, Living. Mini skyhook Joseph with a rebound off the miss. Second meeting between these two. They met in New Orleans, and North won it by 5. Fadeaway, Joseph for 2. Lewis giving it out front to Stevens. Back it goes to Lewis. Shoots the 3 off the rim. Rebounded by Joseph. Stolen away, Steven over to Page. Leaning in is Lewis. He'll draw the foul and go to the line. But he will do it after the media timeout. Got a break in the action at the 4:32 mark on a Thursday in Monroeville.
We are the Pack. We are Coyotes. We are Coastal Alabama. This is where you'll thrive.
Elijah Lewis at the stripe. Shooting a pair of free throws. Turns it into a 9-6 and open for a 9-7 game coming out of the first media timeout. You'll get them both. Lewis, a 44% free throw shooter, looked perfect there. Comes out of the game. And into the ball game is Joshua Whitehurst. Also checking into the game, Alterius Beasley. Moselle Purifoy in too, as that is kicked out of bounds. Here comes Elijah Pippins, and also on the floor is Xander Stevens. So all of the starters out for the Coyotes. Not true for the Dolphins. They've still got the same 5 that began the game playing currently, as the game is knotted up at 9. Over to Blackledge, going in the other corner. Hall flips it to the hoop. Blackledge had it, lost it. Stevens picks it up. Purifoy over to Whitehurst, and Whitehurst with a walk. And the first sub coming into the game for Delgado. That is Malik Minor. Football tomorrow, we are in Selma. Round 3 of the AHSAA 3A football playoffs, Bayside Academy and Southside Selma. And we'll be pushing it to the NFHS. And back here on Saturday, Albany Tech's in town. A walk by Pippins. Last time these two teams met, North led it at the half by 1. Over to Joseph, sends it into the corner. 3 ball off the rim for Hall. Rebounded by Whitehurst. He'll drop it in on the other end of the floor. And the Coyotes claim the lead back at the 12:42 mark, prompting a 30-second timeout from the Dolphins.
University of Alabama Online, where legends log in. A tradition of excellence. Decades of experience in distance learning. Empowering students of all ages. More than 90 degree and certificate programs to advance your career. UA Online. Flexible, affordable, legendary. Let your computer be your campus. Visit online.ua.edu.
Going into the corner to Hull. Joseph's got it top side. Bowers from outside of the paint for 2. And it's a tie game at 11. Tipped away, flipped back onto the field to Gorgon. Back over to Bowers, and Bowers with a miss. Purifoy driving baseline, missed the shot. Bowers sends it over to Gorgon. Out of the corner, Joseph, reverse. Able to get Beasley off his feet and dropped it in. Dolphins take the lead back. Purifoy to Pippin. Beasley back to Pippin, shoots the 3. Off the rim, Joseph with it. Hands it over to Gorgon. Flipped over to Purifoy. Back out front, that is Whitehurst with him. Out of the corner comes Pippin. Beasley down low for his first 2. We're tied again. Over to Joseph. Swatted out of bounds by Purifoy. And we've hit the media timeout at the 10:42 mark. In a 13 each contest, Coyotes and Dolphins.
When you're starting something new, it's never easy. You're going to make mistakes. You'll doubt yourself. But you're in a place that wants you to succeed, thrive. And soon, it will just start to feel right. Suddenly, you'll get it. Your fear will turn to confidence. First-time tasks become second nature. And what seemed impossible is right in front of your eyes. Because once the light bulb goes on, there's no turning back. You may wonder how you got here, and be glad you did. That's Coastal Alabama. This is where you'll thrive.
Coming out of the media timeout, a 13-apiece contest. Dolphins with a basketball, minor over to Gorgon. Shot clock violation. And it'll be Coyote basketball. Well, we understand that Coastal Alabama South has knocked off LBW tonight in women's basketball by a 55-54 final. Pass intended for Beasley. It is picked off by Charles Rayfield, who is now in the game for the Dolphins. Also in is Carry On Santa Cruz. Handed over to Purifoy, fan down low, Pippins, and the Coyotes by 2. Back over to Gorgon. Into the corner, Cruz, and Cruz stepped out with it. Pippen out front, Whitehurst giving it to Purifoy. Back to Pippin's top side. Whitehurst pulls up, 8-footer off the rim. Swatted around, it is retrieved by Bowens. Over to Gorgon. Coming up at halftime, by the way, flag football coming to the ACCC. There was a news conference on Tuesday. We took a 30-minute news conference, really close to an hour, and edited it down to about 15 minutes for halftime. And a foul on this end of the floor. Whitehurst bringing it into the paint. That is going to be charged to Gorgon. And Whitehurst shooting. And a whole host of new Coyotes coming into the game. Living, Stevens, Reed, Page. And Lewis will come in as soon as Whitehurst is through shooting. Coyotes out by 3, and Whitehurst trying to make it 4. He will, and he'll come out. Minor to put it in play for the baseline, a 4-point Coyote lead. Coyotes here at home, 1-2 on the year, looking for their second win of the season. Bowens with a fade, Living with a board. Over to Page, back it goes to Living. Stevens into the corner to Reed. Shoots it out front. Page down low to Living. Opposite corner, Lewis. Back to Reed. Leans in. Got rim. Couldn't get it to drop. And it is picked up by Bowens. Bowens had actually kind of retreated into the corner to apparently tend to some kind of minor injury, and the ball wound up coming his way. Gorgon the miss, Living with a rebound. Stevens to Page. On the floor, Stevens. Back it goes to Page. He'll take it to the glass, lay it off the window. Reed's got it. Back over to Stevens. Living backing his way in, stripped away, but there's a foul. And that'll be charged to Rayfield. So Charles Rayfield picking up the foul as we go to the timeout. 7:15 to play. Half number one, Coyotes by 4. Watching the game here, checking the ESPN app to see what's happening between Pittsburgh and Cleveland. Okay, I'm just guessing. He may be texting his wife. But you know, we're at a sporting event, so, you know, we're making the assumption he's checking out another sporting event. Steelers and Browns playing tonight, I think in Cleveland. Living getting the first of 2. Joseph leaning in with the right hand, no good. Rebounded by Lewis. Goes over to Page. Into the corner, Stevens. There's a Page jumper from long range, off the rim. Stevens and Minor battling for the rebound. It'll go out off Minor. And the Coyotes maintain possession inside 7 to play, half number one. And here comes another quintet of Coyotes. Whitehurst, Pippen, Beasley, Purifoy, and Stevens in. Wholesale substitutions. 5 in and 5 out. Over to Pippen. Topside, Whitehurst. Back to Pippen. Rattles it in, out, and in. Coyotes building an 8-point lead. Over to Bowers. Bowers will turn, get into the corner. Joseph putting up the 3 ball off the rim. Rebounded by Pippen. And trying to get it to Purifoy. Purifoy couldn't hang on. In the first half, at the first meeting between these two, the two teams combined for 51 points. Right now, they have combined for 34 with 5:52 to play in the half. That'll wind up in the stands after Minor felt like his only way out was banging it off the leg of a Coyote. Over to Gorgon. Tipped away and stolen by Pippen. Lays it up and in. Coyotes expanding that lead to double digits. Gorgon to Bowen. A little too strong. Whitehurst with it. Pippen to Purifoy. Back it goes to Pippen. Works it top side. Down to Stevens. Whitehurst. Opposite corner, Purifoy. That is Pippen to Whitehurst. That is a 3-ball. And the Coyotes have doubled up on the Dolphins. Into the corner. Air ball on the Hall, 3 try. Beasley with it. To the other end of the floor. Stevens off the glass. Jumper from Minor off the rim. Rebounded by Beasley. And the Coyotes with a chance to push it to 30. Whitehurst for 3. Off the rim. Purifoy retrieves it. Back over to Purifoy. Flips it down low. And nobody there but a guy wearing green. Joseph giving it over to Hall. And there is a foul as Hall brings it into the paint. And we are going to the media timeout. Inside 4 to play. Half number 1, Coyotes building a 15-point lead.
There once was a young coyote.
You're fired.
He found himself ill-suited for the jobs of the world. He struggled to compete in the corporate environment.
This isn't working out.
And failed at the simplest of tasks.
I think I'm gonna have to let you go.
No matter how hard he tried, his coyote hands were just not meant for regular jobs.
That guy is fired.
Until one day, when he was hired for the perfect job. To become a mascot. And then he found the place where he could thrive. Find the place where you thrive at Coastal Alabama Community College.
Hall to the stripe to shoot in a 28-13 ball game. Missing his first of, well, maybe made his first of 2. I thought he had missed it. Scoreboard would indicate a make. This guy's over there do an excellent job of keeping up with the game. Me, not so much. I was distracted. The AD, Daniel Hand, looking at a laptop. And he had requested a copy of the prior game. That's interesting. I don't know if something happened in that prior game. But he was talking with the official with a laptop in hand. I mean, is that an adequate distraction for missing the free throw? No? Well, okay, you're right. Hey, by the way, if you subscribe to our YouTube channel, man, we would love for you to. Should be a subscription button somewhere nearby. You got something brand new we'd love for you to subscribe to. Our Blue Sky account. Reed, the putback not there. Living's putback not there. But what is there is a foul. And Living at the stripe. Yep, got a Blue Sky account. Heck, if they're going to put it out there and it's free, we're typically going to use it. I think we've got one follower right now. Of course, she's the only follower that knew we had a Blue Sky account, my wife. So we need to add those. Just put JockJive in the search engine. And you should be able to find us. You know, I don't have anything posted yet either. I guess I need to take care of that as well. Rebounded by Living. Bowers with a miss. Page into the corner. Out of the corner comes Lewis. Stevens from the left corner to the paint. Living over to Lewis. Lewis for three, and he threads it. Powers over to Blackledge, back into the game, looking for his first points in the contest. Reed wrapping up the rebound. Page picking up the dribble, goes over to Reed, gave it a three-point look, instead feeds over to Lewis. Living back to Lewis, found the seam, exploits it, has two more. Joseph trying to sling and Lewis stole it. He'll lay it up and in. And I think there's a timeout. Is it exclusively for the purpose of getting subs in? It is. Not going to send players to the sidelines to chat with coach. It's just for the purpose of the Coyotes putting guys in, but the Delgado coach says, heck, if you're going to take a break, I'll take it and we'll talk. Down 39-14. Bowers has it out front, screen set by Blackledge. Joseph able to bring in a high toss. Back into the ball game is Rayfield for Delgado. Joseph forcing a three. Rebounded by Purifoy. Over goes to Purifoy. Back to Pippen. Stevens to Whitehurst. Whitehurst to the glass, and he drew the foul. Going to be charged to Joseph. So Joshua Whitehurst at the line, a 76% free throw shooter. Second leading scorer on the team. Top scorer. Washington only playing 3 games. I don't know if he is injured and out or just out. Gorenko on for 2. Over goes to Purifoy, dips the 3 in and out. And that has got us at halftime. 39-16 halftime advantage. Well, we promised you excerpts from that ACCC press conference on Tuesday that announced that flag football was coming to the conference next year. Those excerpts moments away.
But today we're gathered to announce and celebrate the official start of women's flag football beginning in the fall of 2025. This new and exciting sport is going to bring additional opportunities to female student athletes and provide that additional opportunity for them to continue the sport that they love. As we have seen, and you will hear more later, the sport has exploded on the Parks and Recreation level as well as the high school athletic association in our state. In 2024, the NJCAA will have 113 teams competing for a state championship. That is a 289% increase from 2021. The conference felt the need that we needed to capitalize on that growth and popularity while providing female student athletes an opportunity to continue the sport that they love. And I keep saying provide an opportunity for female student athletes, and that's what drove this a lot. This process actually began in the fall of 2021 with the High School Association gradually growing high school flag football. And we started that communication with our member presidents and athletic directors. As we gauged the local interest in the sport as well as the national landscape, we felt that flag football was a very viable option for us. This past summer, we were able to meet with Steve Brown and Natalie Norman with the Alabama Recreation and Parks Association, as well as Alvin Briggs, who was then the executive director of the High School Association. The National Junior College Athletic Association certified this sport 3 years ago, and our sport will be played in the spring along with NCAA and NAIA teams. The spring season will consist or may consist of a maximum of 16 games with 2 scrimmages. And our conference members may award up to 15 tuition fee and books scholarships. Teams will also be allowed a fall season, which they may consist of practices and 4 scrimmage dates as well. At this time, I would like to introduce NFL Flag Executive Director and CEO of RCX Sports, Isaiah Reese. Mr. Reese is a native of Dothan and an alumnus of UAB, where he excelled in football as a safety and actually looked like you could still guard somebody running a post. He was then drafted by the Dallas Cowboys in 1998 and went on to play 7 NFL seasons with 3 teams. He was a class of 2024 inductee in the UAB Sports Hall of Fame, and it's my honor and privilege to introduce Mr. Isaiah Reese.
Thank you. I think every time I get the opportunity to be a part of something like this is definitely an exciting moment, and Dean definitely covered a lot and made my job real easy up here. And I do want to acknowledge the Alabama High School Athletic Association. And that's where it kind of started, and started with the NFL and having this opportunity to oversee NFL flag on their behalf. And I took over that position, back in 2019. And we all know what kind of happened around that time, unfortunately. But 2 of the things that they looked at is let's make sure that all kids are having that opportunity to play and participate at all levels. And also, we want you to make it a high priority for females to have the opportunity to play flag football. And so we were spinning our wheels on how we're going to get more young ladies wanting to play this sport. And it became clear to me the first time I saw an NFL flag tournament and I saw those young ladies playing. And you could see the passion, no different than when I played the game of tackle. But what you didn't see was a path. They didn't have a path to continue to play. So you had teenagers playing, you had girls of all ages. They got a chance to play and be a part of NFL flag in select locations, but they didn't have a path to continue to play. So now to be a part of it and hearing Dean speak about all these phenomenal opportunities that are now going to come at the junior college and community college level here in the state, along with NAIA that's been mentioned and NCAA that's been mentioned, that's how it kind of all came about. And I'm fortunate that the NFL said, yes, let's support this. Let's help it grow. Let's work with all collegiate associations. Let's work with intramurals. Let's work with high school associations. And so I live in Atlanta now, and I was there when they announced that they were sanctioning the sport. And a few weeks after that, I called Alvin and Alabama High School Athletic Association, and I said, hey, if we could get this sanctioned in the state, would you do it? 2 seconds, absolutely. I immediately called the Atlanta Falcons, and I said, hey, they want to launch it in the state. Would you support it? Absolutely. And that's where we are. And to see this kind of growth that we're seeing in the state, I think you said 200+% of growth. Nationwide now it's 100% growth year over year. So it's close to 50,000 high school young ladies playing flag football at the high school level, which is phenomenal. It is the fastest growing sport, arguably ever. There's never been a sport to grow that fast with females, and it continues to skyrocket. I'm on the call now with NCAA every other day. I told them about this announcement that was coming, and they were thrilled about it, because these young ladies that are playing at 2-year institutions, what do they want to do next? Go and play at 4-year institutions. So NAI and NCAA are thrilled about this announcement, and I know these young ladies are going to be thrilled when they hear about it that are playing in high school around this state and surrounding states now that this opportunity will exist. So on behalf of the National Football League, RCX Sports, the state of Alabama, my proud home state, and most of the people in this room, I commend you all and commend you, Dean, in leading this charge, and all the colleges that are coming on board of continuing to be a part of this movement and open this door for young women and giving them the opportunity to play. Thank you.
Okay, at this time, I'd like to introduce Natalie Norman, who is the Executive Director of the Alabama Recreation and Parks Association.
Thank you, Commissioner Meyer. Appreciate it. Most of these are blank, but don't worry. It is thick, but a lot of them don't have anything on it. So appreciate the privilege of being here on behalf of the Alabama Recreation and Parks Association and our foundation. We appreciate the privilege of being here for this announcement. It's huge from a grassroots perspective, which is where we come in. ARPA has our membership as municipalities and counties, Parks and Recreation Department. So it's a privilege for us. We can't use the word opportunity enough. We've heard it several times already. So this is giving us an opportunity to provide from a grassroots level. We have the student athlete at high school, we have the student athlete at the collegiate level, and we have the community athlete at the Parks and Recreation level. So it provides great opportunity for them, those participants, and how do we grow girls in sport. So a huge deal for our foundation. How do we grow girls in sport? I do know now that why I didn't get an umbrella escort this morning while it was pouring down rain. I was texting my friend Steve Brown over here and colleague, hey, could you have an umbrella and come help me out? And didn't hear from him, but then I got up here, and a few minutes later he comes in with Isaiah. So anyway, know why I didn't get that response. Hey, you got to do what you got to do. At least it was Isaiah. I can understand that. We appreciate our relationship with NFL Flag through Parks and Recreation. 8 years ago, we probably had about 8 teams playing in our flag program. Since we've gone to NFL Flag, we run our recreational sports through ARPA. So since we've gone to NFL Flag over the last 4 years, we've grown, and we've heard big percentages, so 400% since then. We had less than 50 communities playing flag, and now we have over 500 teams playing flag. Not all boys, not all girls, some boys, so we have approximately 250,000 kids playing through our Parks and Recreation departments through ARPA. 37% of those participants are girls. So for us, it's how do we grow that number? How do we get more girls in sport, and how do we grow that number? So our folks, our members, we're one of the largest providers of out-of-school time programming. So it's very important for us to offer a multitude of sports and a multitude of programs for our citizens. But how do we grow girls' sport in Alabama? How do we retain them? And how do we keep them playing in the game? Because 60 to 70% of those that are playing drop by the age of 13. So when you're talking about 37% of girls participating in 250,000. How do we keep that number at 92.5 participating, and how do we keep that 60 to 70% that drop, which is a big number in that? And that's a huge piece for us, and being involved with this is huge. Our foundation, we're looking to go into communities, and the reason why we're associated with this awesome announcement today is it helps us to provide the opportunity. And how do we provide the opportunity? We take away barriers. We take away, we make them affordable, accessible, and equitable, and we want our kids to be able to participate. And that's how we see that opportunity come to fruition. So through our foundation, we're providing multiple safe and age-appropriate athletic programs. We want to positively affect the underserved areas in our state. We're going into the underserved areas in our state. This is a huge piece for us to be able to say, hey, grassroots, high school, collegiate, and give them that vision, help them have that vision of where they can go in playing flag football. So it's our passion, it's our mission. I have with us, with our president of our foundation, Kay McCreary, over here. Kay played on the first softball team at Auburn University, played basketball for Auburn University, has 42 years in Parks and Recreation, and she's the president of our foundation board. Tommy Agee, raise your hand, Tommy. Tommy has over 26 years in the profession, Parks and Recreation, played football at Auburn University, War Eagle, and also was on two-time Super Bowl champion with Dallas. So more important than those things, though, are impacting the youth of our state. And I think I can speak, I know them well enough to speak for them. So the most important thing is how do we impact the youth in our state. I want to thank Alvin Briggs, retired, for being here. Appreciate everything you've done. Steve Brown, thank you so much for everything you've done and getting this partnered and going. So we have the passion, right? It starts with passion. It's going to passion here, and we appreciate the passion y'all have enough to get this implemented and have it offered to our girls. So we want to provide that sense of teamwork and that sense of belonging to girls in sport, and that mental and physical wellness that all of our kids get through sport. And particularly now this will be in our Alabama Community College Conference. So big deal. So how do we grow it? We give them the opportunity, and we appreciate that. Thank you for doing this. And on behalf of Alabama Recreation and Parks Association and Foundation, it's our honor to be with you 100% and do whatever we can to help this move forward. So thank you. Thanks for the time.
Thank you, Natalie. We will be highlighting this over the next few months. There'll be announcements coming out with the hiring of coaches and all of that. So our fall season will start September-ish, fall of 2025, and then our first official championship season will be the spring of 26. We do have schools that have expressed interest in coming in the fall of 26, so we do expect that number to grow. So again, thank you all so much for coming and your support of the conference, the system, as well as flag football.
Second half action gets underway. Coyotes with a big halftime lead, 39-16, trying to get a sweep of the doubleheader against this Delgado squad. For Coastal Alabama North, the second half starts with Living, Page, Reed, Lewis, and Stevens, the same five that began the game, on the floor to begin half number 2. And the Dolphins with their same starting five: Gorgon, Hall, Bowens, Blackledge and Joseph. Loose ball. It is finally in the hands of Gorgon. Hall out front to Gorgon. Bowens directing him the other way. There was some contact, and Reed's the guy clapping the hands, so you assume he's the guy committing the foul. I don't think those were the numbers, though, represented. I believe it was Page picking up the personal. In play to Gorgon. Fed over to Joseph to Gorgon. And stepping out of bounds with it is Reed. So the Dolphins maintain possession. Gorgon putting it in play. Blackledge tipped out of bounds by Reed. And that shot clock now down to 6. In play to Hall. Works it to the left side of the paint, puts the shot up. Got a shot clock violation. Last time these two teams met, Whitehurst was the leading Coyote with a total of 16. Meanwhile, for the Dolphins, Larvadian, who has not played in this game, contributed 19. Reed dropping in a 3. Saying, hey, I'm a big guy, but I can still hit the big shot from outside. 42-16. Coyote lead. Bowens with the drive, laying it off the window, getting around Living. Page over to Lewis. Topside give goes to Page. There is contact. And Reed committing the foul. Santa Cruz coming into the contest. Out of the game is Hall for the Dolphins. And great to have you watching second half action here on JockJive. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel if you haven't already. Trying to get to 5,400 now. And yep, you know the process. When we get 54, we'll want 55. Never satisfied. But you can help us towards 54 if you'll sign up if you haven't already. You get access to games, shows, interviews, and more. And as a matter of fact, you may want to check out the JUCO Rush. We dropped it last night, so it's available this week's edition. Talking about the Southwest Junior College Football Conference Championship, Navarro and Tyler. Another shot clock violation. And we will talk with both coaches, Ryan Taylor of Navarro and Tanner Jacobson of Tyler. That's just some of the stuff you can find on our YouTube channel. Reed giving it to Page. Back over it goes to Living. Thought about the 3 on the floor with the dribble. Leans in, too strong. Reed with it. Turns around, no good. And Blackledge committed the foul. So Reed will head to the stripe. Reed, a 50% free throw shooter, 4 points a game. Getting his 4th start of the year tonight. Pull-up jumper from Bowens. It is short into the awaiting arms of Lewis. And Lewis will drive and drop. Cruz back over to Blackledge. Gorgon into the corner to Bowens. Cruz is open for the three, rims out. And that'll go out of bounds. Last touching Joseph. And here come those wholesale substitutions for the Coyotes. The 5 in, the 5 out. Whitehurst, Pippins, Purifoy, Stevens, and Beasley all in. Pippins into the corner to Purifoy. Stevens giving it to Whitehurst. Screen set by Beasley. Wow. Perfect give and go. That'll slip through the fingertips of Cruz. It was a high pass trying to bring it in, but could not. And Delgado says, fellas, we need to talk. 15:56 left to play in the game in a 47-18 contest.
We are the Pack. We are Coyotes. We are Coastal Alabama. This is where you'll thrive.
Here's Coach Fields, the head coach of the ladies Delgado basketball team. They lost in the opening game by, I believe, a 74-42 final, if I'm remembering correctly. It's on Facebook. Beasley, a jump ball. Thought for a moment they might get him for a travel, but it is a jump ball. Stolen away by Purifoy. The lob, the alley-oop, not able to finish oop style, but still able to get the two. Well, check that. Yeah, he didn't get the two. Thought he did, didn't see it pop on the scoreboard immediately. But yep, at 49 currently. Joseph driving, banking it, got the bucket, he'll get one more. Biggest offensive night of the year for the Coyotes was 90 against Southern Union. Got 49 thus far tonight. Their best defensive showing was holding Delgado to 58. They've currently held them to 21. That is stolen away. Bowens has it. And he'll throw it away, trying to get it to Blackledge. Over it goes to Stevens. Out front, Beasley. Purifoy with a lob to Beasley. Blackledge defending from the backside. Able to block it and take it away. Hands it over to Cruz. Down to Blackledge. Now the battle on the other end of the floor. Blackledge and Beasley. Joseph lost it. Got it back and then gives it to Bowens. Over to Joseph, shooting the three ball off the rim, rebounded by Purifoy. That is Whitehurst for three, no good. Bowens at the timeline. Trying to find a little help, looking for it from Joseph, and apparently Beasley committing the foul prior to the pass. Well, here's a rarity. We don't have five coming in and five going out. Just two in and two out. Beasley and Stevens go out. Reed and Living come back in. Gorgon out front, gives over to Cruz. Shot clock dwindling. Blackledge. And he'll knock down the long two. Fent down low for two, Purifoy. Bowens giving it back over to Joseph. Blackledge to Gorgon. Blackledge, this time from the other side, a long range two. Purifoy with the rebound. Whitehurst the miss. Reed trying to get the putback. Blackledge committing the foul. And that has got Reed shooting free throws. Blackledge not particularly pleased with the call. Reed was, and he will shoot. 50-50 on the year. Well, if those odds hold true here, he misses the back end, but trying to defy the odds. Goes one of two, but Living with a rebound. Putbacks there for Living. Blackledge the intended target. Whitehurst the steal. It's jammed in by Living. And the Coyotes are better than 2 for 1. As there was a foul on the floor. We're to the 12-minute mark. Coyotes maintaining that sizable advantage 8 minutes into the second half.
You've started this journey by yourself, but you won't have to go it alone. Because now you're a part of something, a community that wants you to succeed. Thrive. We don't care where you've been only where you're going and how we can help you get there. Here, instead of getting lost in the crowd, you'll discover found family, fellow travelers, coyotes. You'll experience new possibilities and emerge stronger, more knowledgeable, together. That's the pack. That's coastal Alabama. This is where you'll thrive.
Got to give camera ops a little camera time. As we get action back underway coming out of the media timeout, put in play to Blackledge. Bowens out front to Cruz, and Cruz with a miss. Rebounded by Purifoy. NFL, by the way, Pittsburgh with a 3-zip lead over Cleveland. NBA, halftime score, Jazz over the Spurs, 67-51. Timberwolves 68, Raptors 63, 6:18 to go in the third. And with 3:26 to play, Hornets lead the Pistons 107-102. Top 25 college basketball, number 16, Indiana beats UNC Greensboro 69-58. And the 13th ranked Baylor, 22nd ranked St. John's game going to overtime. They're tied at 77 at the end of regulation. Missed by Minor. Governor Living fades, misfires from 6 feet out. Minor to the other end of the floor. Over to Cruz. Trying to create some separation. Eventually drops it in. A lot of hard work from Cruz pays off with 2. Pippins with a no-look to Living. And he, the no-look to Purifoy, then stolen away by Bowens. Off Blackledge and out of bounds. Against Louisiana teams, Coastal North 1-1. Having beaten Delgado and lost to Baton Rouge. Purifoy around the cylinder and in. Down the Blackledge, swatted away by Reed. Now you got 5 in, 5 out. Lewis, Beasley, Stevens, and Page. And the 2 Stevens are Xander and Gabe. Out of bounds off Lewis. Coastal North trying to improve their Thursday mark to 2-0. They've only played on a Thursday once before and won that one. Thursday's kind to the Coyotes. Over to Cruz. Hands it out to Bowens. Blackledge back to Bowens. Bowens for 3 off the rim. Rebounded by Stevens, given to Page. On the other end of the floor, the 3 misses from Lewis. Gorgon with it. Cruz dropping in the 3. Beasley gives to Stevens. Stevens to Stevens. Game to Xander. Lewis with it. Feeds back to Stevens. Shot misses. Beasley gets it. Blocked by Minor. Brings it back. Swatted away by Blackledge. Over it goes to Bowens. The reverse to get around Beasley. Handed back over to Page. Fed into the corner to Stevens. He'll put up a jumper, bank it, no good. Minor gives it to Bowens. And Bowens from one end of the floor to the other. And a timeout on the floor asked for by the Coyotes. 8:06 to go. 59-32 home team.
Frustrated. She's having trouble with her defensive player. Look at this sweet pass behind the back for 2 on the assist.
And that one is hit on a rope to center field. Watch that one. And it is, oh, what a great diving catch by the center field.
And in that game, it was basically a running back by committee. I mean, you had a lot of guys carrying the football. Is that the protocol for the upcoming season for the backfield of Jackson State?
It's a really nice pitch to get the ground ball double play. Second one.
6-5 is your final. East Georgia advances to the championship game.
Eight minutes to go in the basketball game. Fed down low to Living. Living with an easy 2. What a great feed. Bowens out front to Blackledge. Over it goes to Gargone. Top side, that's Minor with it. Almost threw it away. Bowens able to go and get it. Over to Gargone. Bowens off the rim for 3. Whitehurst with it. Pippin's over to Reed. Screen set by Living. Pippin to the glass, off the rim. Reed with it, swatted away by Bowen. Back over it goes to Living. Pippin front side, 3-pointer, short. Living tracks it down in the corner. Bringing it baseline, one on the jam. Blackledge blocked it, but got body on Living. And we will head to the media timeout on the 6:39 mark with the Coyotes in command.
There once was a young coyote.
You're fired.
He found himself ill-suited for the jobs of the world. He struggled to compete in the corporate environment.
Yeah, this isn't working out.
And failed at the simplest of tasks.
I think I'm going to have to let you go.
No matter how hard he tried, his Coyote hands were just not meant for regular jobs.
That guy is fired.
Until one day, when he was hired for the perfect job. To become a mascot. And then he found the place where he could thrive. Find the place where you thrive at Coastal Alabama Community College.
Living knocks down 2. And it becomes a 30-point lead with 6:33 to go. Gorgon. Cruz with it, putting up the 3 ball. That's an air ball retrieved by Purifoy. Out of the corner comes Whitehurst and feeds to Living. And now you're back to that 2-for-1. And when you get like 6 minutes to play in the game and you're still up 2-1, that means the lead is mighty big. And right now it's 32. Back over to Blackledge. A little different than a 5-point win in New Orleans. Reed wrapping up the loose ball, gives it over to Whitehurst. Inside to Reed, and Reed over Blackledge. Blackledge putting up the 10-footer. And there's a new face on the floor, by the way, as we go to the opposite end of the floor. Bowen's with it. Trey Duran has checked into the ball game for the Coyotes. Minor off on the 3 try. It'll go out of bounds. And the Coyotes will have it as we get inside 5 minutes to play. Jamin Duncan coming into the game too for the Coyotes. So I think the Coyotes have now used everybody that isn't in warm-ups. Everybody that could play tonight has played. Handed to Reed. And Reed another 3. Owens into the corner, feeds over to Blackledge. Minor taking a left turn to the glass, banked it off the window, rebounded by Reed. Inside it goes to Living. He's got 2 more. And the Coyotes, like the Lady Coyotes, with an opportunity to have their best offensive and defensive performance on the same night against the same team. 3 ball in the corner from Whitehurst. Now it would take a splurge of points to do it offensively. But you knock down many more of those 3s and you're right there. Defensively, well, they're going to have to fall apart to allow roughly 24 points to let another performance be the best performance defensively. Down low to Reed, 2 more. Nearly taken away by Whitehurst. Over it goes to Minor. And there was a foul on Reed. And we have made it to another media timeout. 2:53 to play, a 40-point Coyote lead.
University of Alabama Online, where legends log in. A tradition of excellence. Decades of experience in distance learning. Empowering students of all ages. More than 90 degree and certificate programs to advance your career. UA Online. Flexible, affordable, legendary. Let your computer be your campus. Visit online.ua.edu.
.253 to play. I feel fairly confident saying an insurmountable lead. Charles Rayfield in. Bowen's going to the sidelines for Delgado. .76-38. 2:48 to play. Big home win for the Coyotes, who won't be back at the house until the 3rd of December, taking on MMI. Stolen away by Beasley. Do have a road trip to Enterprise State on Monday. Nothing there for Durant. Goes over to Whitehurst. Puts up the 3 off the rim. All right, not looking like the Coyotes are going to get their best offensive performance, but they're going to have their best defensive one. The best coming into tonight, holding Delgado to 58 the last time these two teams met on the 11th of November. Well, you see what they've held them to now. 38, 20 below that, with 1:47 to play. Over to Duncan. He'll put up the jumper from the stripe. It's short. Joseph with a rebound. Stolen away by Stevens. Whitehurst fades off and tipped out of bounds by Beasley. Cruz to put it in play. Joseph tipped away by Whitehurst. Duncan's got it. Back over to Whitehurst. He'll lay it up, he'll lay it in. Nearly stolen away, able to get it back, Rayfield. And there was a foul committed by Durant. 9 shooting, it'll be brought in from the baseline. Off from the corner by Minor, Durant with a rebound. And that'll go off the fingertips of Whitehurst. In play to Gorgon. Hand it off to Rayfield. Over goes to Rayfield, leans in through the foul of Duncan and gets the bucket. So Rayfield shooting. And don't forget, follow us Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Threads, and Blue Sky. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. You want to watch this again later, subscribe to our premium channel. Tomorrow night, Bayside Academy and Southside Selma. We push it to the NFHS. And on Saturday, Delgado and Coastal South women's basketball, Albany Tech, and Coyote ladies basketball as well. And that'll do it for this one. 78-41 final. Coyotes improved to 4-4 on the year. They go to 2-0 on Thursdays and 2-1 at home. Thanks so much for watching our coverage. Great to have you on the other end of the broadcast. We'll see you tomorrow in Selma. We're right back here on Saturday. For all the folks with all the Coastals and for JockJive, I'm Robert Williamson. So long, everybody.